I'm Naomi. I'm a sophomore in high school. The first film is Mother's Day, and the second one is Mother's Day, Shooting Stars. The first story is about a girl buys flowers for her mother on Mother's Day, and at the end it's revealed that her mother is actually dead. My inspiration for the first film was a YouTube short made by Alan Becker. It's basically a purple stick figure who is getting flowers to bring to their mother's grave. And overall I liked that idea because it felt like it had the twist at the end, because you don't really expect that immediately when you see someone getting flowers that it's someone that's dead. My inspiration for the second one was, honestly, I have no idea. I already knew I wanted to make a sequel. For the first one, I had an idea originally about having like the dad play a role in the second one, but the story I was coming up with was a little too dark and covered some sensitive topics. I have a problem when I'm making my drawings with just making them all look the exact same. So it looks a lot like another character that I have. For the mom, I kind of just searched up, I tried to think about what people around me that were moms that I knew and like what they wore and stuff to try and make comparisons, but for whatever reason, I see a lot of moms wear a lot of different things. For both the first and second one, the colors, they didn't have much like intentional choosing for the tone or the mood. But I think the use of the pinks and greens at the start, I think works to set up a more happy tone so that they don't suspect that I'm going to kill the mom off at the very end of it. But then it shifts somewhere around the end when she's like walking up to the grave, because being at a cemetery typically is not prone to having bright pinks and greens. For the second film, I didn't have too much time to color. I decided to keep it blue for when she's in her room, because it was more of her reflecting back on the time she has with her mom and the fact that she can no longer have that. The programs I used were Adobe Animate for the animated parts of it, Premiere Pro for the final editing, and I think it was freesound.org for the sound effects. I think the main challenges that I faced was being new to using Adobe Animate. I kept like erasing parts of the background, but when I hadn't finished making the drawings for all of it, so it was like a little inconsistent. I wasn't very confident with my line work, and they were all kind of like very shaky, which I think was better in the second one. I would have preferred for them to be like more animated than they were, because they're both kind of like animatic. I think from making them I learned a lot more about how to use Adobe Animate. I think with the second one it was a lot easier, especially in terms of like using the software and using the layers. Maybe. The simple answer is maybe, mostly because I don't really know where I would go with the third one. If I come up with an idea, then maybe I'll do it. I want to at least remake the first and second ones before thinking of making another one.